Imagine, for a second, a vast, empty desert that just stretches on forever. The sun is punishing, the air is dead still, and there is almost no sign of life anywhere. But what if I told you that right beneath the surface of this desolate landscape, there's an entire city, a thriving world completely hidden from view?
See, on the surface, all you really see is a few scattered buildings, some old machinery, and just countless mounds of red earth. You could drive right through and think, yep, this place is abandoned. Just another ghost town being swallowed by the outback.
But that silence you feel on the surface, it's totally deceptive. The real town isn't on the ground, it's in it. This is the incredible, almost unbelievable story of Coober Pedy. So, welcome to Coober Pedy, South Australia. From up above, it honestly looks like a moonscape. But this strange place is actually known as the opal capital of the world. And its biggest secret, of course, is that subterranean world where people have built their entire lives.
The name itself pretty much tells the whole story. Coober Pedy actually comes from a local Aboriginal term, Coober Pedy, which literally translates to white man in a hole. It's a very blunt but a very perfect description of what this place is.
Okay, so this brings us to the big question. Why? I mean, why would a whole community choose to ditch the sun in the sky and move their lives deep into the earth? The answer, it turns out, is both simple and incredibly brutal. It's this: the heat. On the surface, it is absolutely dangerously hot. In the summer, the temperatures can just soar to 50 degrees Celsius. That's a blistering 122 Fahrenheit. And with almost no trees for shade, the sun is just relentless. Survival itself is the name of the game. So this was the choice they had. Either you try to survive that extreme, dangerous heat in a totally barren, exposed wasteland, or you move just a few meters down, where the earth gives you this constant, comfortable, perfectly stable temperature of around 23 degrees Celsius. It was a natural, perfect shelter just waiting for them. So when you break it down, the logic is pretty airtight. First, the earth is basically a natural air conditioner. Second, the town started because of mining. I mean, people were already digging holes looking for opal, so turning those holes into homes was kind of a no-brainer. And third, the energy savings are huge. You don't really need expensive AC when the planet is doing all the work for you. So what does it actually feel like to live inside this hidden world? Well, the locals, they don't call their homes caves. They call them dugouts. And believe me, they are way more complex than you're probably imagining. Your typical dugout is carved right into the soft sandstone of the hillsides. Tunnels are like hallways, and they connect these surprisingly spacious rooms for living, sleeping, cooking. And even though there are no windows, they have these clever ventilation shafts drilled all the way to the surface to keep fresh air flowing. The rock itself, incredible insulation, and it's basically soundproof. Just think about what that's like for a second. There is zero natural light, so every bit of light is artificial. But there's also no outside noise, no wind, no traffic, no birds chirping. Just a deep, muffled stillness. A constant, cool silence that the residents say is one of the most peaceful things about living there. And we're not just talking about houses here. The people of Coober Pedy took this whole idea and ran with it. They built an entire community down there. We're talking churches, hotels, bars, museums, even a bookstore, all of it carved out of the rock, hidden from the world above. Probably one of the most incredible examples of this is the Serbian Orthodox Church. It is a truly breathtaking space. It's got this high, vaulted ceiling, intricate carvings, and beautiful icons, all of it hewn right out of the sandstone. It's just this amazing testament to the beauty and ingenuity you can find in this underground world. But let's be real. People didn't come all the way out to this harsh desert just to escape the heat. They came for one reason, and one reason only. A reason that glitters with color and whispers promises of a fortune. The obsessive, all-consuming hunt for precious opal. The town's whole history is wrapped up in this one gemstone. Opal was discovered here back in 1915, and that kicked off a rush. By the 1920s, the miners started to figure out that the shafts they were digging could also be a pretty good shelter, and that's when the first dugouts were born. Flash forward to today, and Coober Pedy supplies most of the world's quality opal. This quote just captures the spirit of the town perfectly. Life here has always been a bit of a gamble. It's a world built on luck, a ton of hard work, and that persistent dream that the very next swing of the pickaxe could change your life forever. You know, the obsession with opal is so deep in the culture here, they even have a special word for it. It's called noodling. That's when people, tourists included, sift through the giant piles of discarded rock from the mines, just hoping to find little bits of opal that were missed. It's a town where treasure could literally be anywhere under your feet. But, as you can imagine, this very unique way of life comes with its own set of strange risks and kind of eerie folklore. When you live in a landscape that's basically Swiss cheese, the rules for survival have to change. The challenges here are surreal, but very real. The ground is dotted with thousands of these unmarked open mine shafts, so a casual walk in the wrong place could be deadly. The homes don't have street addresses, just a number on a post. A lot of miners work at night to avoid the heat, so daytime is for sleeping. And that fine red dust, it gets into absolutely everything. And of course, in a town that's just full of tunnels, it's no surprise that a whole mythology has grown around it. You hear these whispered rumors of forgotten mines that hold huge opal treasures, and ghost stories tied to the old abandoned shafts that crisscross the earth right beneath your feet. So if we emerge from that darkness, what does Coober Pedy actually look like today? Well, it's still a quiet, really resilient, and surprisingly multicultural hub right in the middle of nowhere. These days, the town's population is around 2,500 people, but it is incredibly diverse. We're talking over 40 different nationalities, all drawn here by that opal dream. Tourism is now just as important as mining. And yeah, for all you movie buffs out there, its otherworldly landscape was the perfect backdrop for films like Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. When it comes right down to it, Coober Pedy is so much more than just a quirky tourist stop. It really stands as this powerful, living example of human ingenuity. It's a reminder that when we're faced with an environment that seems impossible, our ability to adapt is pretty incredible. We just create a world all our own. Which leaves us with one final thought. Trading sunlight for silence, living inside the earth instead of on it, it's a strange but really compelling idea. So I'll leave you with this question. If you had the chance, would you do it? Would you live in an underground city?